Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and here is a second episode. It should have been the first, considering the topic, but of full motion memories. So, as I said the other day, I'm in this new subreddit. I'm moderating it called FMV, or Full Motion Video, and I'm a big full motion video game fan. I like when it's included in cutscenes, or if a game in general is just all full motion video and there's some kind of interaction. I just find it to be really cheesy and really cool. So this story should have came first in hindsight. I was probably, I left the Bronx and moved to Florida when I was 8. I came back when I was 12. So I'm not good at math. So if I was 12, it was 1995. So that would make sense. So around then, one of my close childhood friends, who I'm still very good friends with, hey, what's up, Nick? He had always sort of had like the newest console. So like, you know, a new thing came out and it was like Nicky had it. And he didn't go for the Saturn though. I remember that. I remember he didn't like it, or the 32X, but he had a Sega CD before anyone I knew. And I remember sitting there and like hanging out with him, and he's like, hey, check out the Sega CD, and he pops in Sewer Shark, me, him, and his little brother Michael. And Michael's not so little anymore because he's got his own kids and stuff, but because it shows you how long ago it was. Anyhow, I could not believe, and I know I've told this story before, how realistic it was. I couldn't believe, even though it was like, you know, whatever. I think Sewer Shark was pretty big from what I remember. I don't think it was like tiny. I think it was, you know, a decent size of the screen, maybe a half. So I couldn't believe that you were actually controlling something that looked real. And I kept saying to myself, how are they getting this to look like a videotape? Because, you know, VHS was prevalent then. How are they getting this to look like a videotape and letting you control it? This is like the future. I totally thought, like, this is it. They're going to start integrating games and movies, and, like, things are just going to overlap, and, like, I could not believe my eyes. At this point, I didn't know how to play the game, so when neither did he, and we were too anxious or whatever to read the instruction manual, too, you know, hopped up on probably sugar. So, you know, at the beginning of the game, it tells you that when the robot calls out the call signs, he'll say like 3, 9, or 3. It means like up, right, up, or whatever. And those are the ways you have to go and turn when you're making your turns in the game. Well, the game doesn't like flat out tell you that. And if you don't read the instruction manual to see what the fuck they're talking about, I never put that together until years later. And then I did beat the game numerous times after that. But actually, I had to be younger than that. I think the Sega CD came out like, what, 90, 92? Maybe I was like, I don't know, maybe it was before I left to Florida. Maybe I was like 8 or so. But anyway, yeah, probably. I was probably like 8 years old or so, or I don't even know. So, I just couldn't believe it. And I really thought, like, this is it. And I used to think to myself, why didn't this actually make it? Like, I now realize it's a weird genre. Not everyone's going to love it. The interaction is obviously limited, which I didn't mind, but I know some people hate it. But I do find it funny that now, excuse me, that now, in a sense, they're coming back with these, like, Telltale games. Like, okay, they're not full motion video, they're not real footage, but they're filming, you know, they're doing just like a game engine of things moving around and you talking by pushing buttons with QuickTime events. So, like, it's pretty much a Sega CD game, but with, like, nice new graphics instead of using, like, actual footage on, like, systems now. So I think it's funny how it really, like, came back around, kind of like how they say bell bottoms will come back, you know, from the 70s or the 60s or whatever. So that's my first ever memory of a full motion video game, and I thought it was the fucking coolest. So Sewer Shark is definitely up there for me as in terms of interaction and in terms of just having great memories hanging out with my friend Nicky and his brother Mike. So thanks guys for watching. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.